it's packing some flavor for me. It's got a nice ball of dense flavor that just hits your palate, sweet right from the tip of the tongue all the way to the back with the oak. I'm liking this.
Want to go again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
And welcome to the first sip. This is a series that we have here where we randomly draw a sample from our first sip sample pool. That means that we are tasting this totally double blind, and whatever's in this glass is something that we've never had before. With that said, let's get right on into it.
All right.
On the nose.
Okay, so once I get through the alcohol smell, I'm getting your typical bourbon smells.
I'm getting all that, but some extra niceness on top.
Of what?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in this glass. To me, there's this really fluffy kind of confectionery sugar type of note going on in here, and classic bourbon underneath that. But it smells very rich and it smells pretty dense. With the nose smelling like that, I cannot wait to get this thing on the palate. Let's get into it.
I'm just getting some oak.
I'm just getting some oak.
I want more flavors.
Yeah.
I want more kinds of flavors.
You've been on the oak train here lately.
I don't know what it is. Is my taster broken?
I don't know. It could be. I mean, everybody's palate's different and everybody's palate's different on different days. To me, this is coming across with a classic bourbon backbone with some fruity sweetness on top of that, but then some dark fruit as well. I can get bananas and dates and plums and raisins. It's the bright stuff. It's the dark stuff. It's got some concentrated oak on it that's nice and sweet. I am liking this on the palate so far.
Okay.
Let's go back. Maybe you need a second first sip.
Maybe.
To get acclimated to it a little bit more. Let's get into it.
It's got some queso.
Queso? Mm-hmm. Wow. Can you expand upon that at all?
I don't know. I went like this with my mouth, and then it tasted like a Mexican restaurant that we've eaten at lately.
I wonder if that has something to do with the funk in the barrel char or something. I don't know. Sometimes I try to interpret her notes for you guys, and I don't know where the queso note comes from. You've gotten that before on pours, though.
I have?
It's a very interesting note when you say it.
What is it when I get that?
The last time it was specifically Chipotle's white queso, or their queso
I do
blanco
remember
or whatever.
saying that, yeah.
Yeah. This is not that. I didn't get that on that pour. I'm not getting queso on this pour.
Okay. I'm
still getting everything I was getting, except it's coming through with some oomph. The proof doesn't seem to be that high, but the flavor concentration is, it's packing some flavor for me. It's got a nice ball of dense flavor that just hits your palate, sweet right from the tip of the tongue all the way to the back with the oak. I'm liking this.
Want to go again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. Let's get in for another sip.
I have nothing new to report.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to spend some time with this one. I need to unpack what's going on in this glass. Maybe you need to spend a little time. And
maybe.
Ooh, it's so oily. I'm looking at the glass right now. It's oily and clingy and runny. And okay, we're going to spend some time with this, and we'll be back with some scores in just a second. Scores are in. Let's talk about them. Where you at?
So for me, the nose opened up a bit, so it gets a thumbs up on the nose. But flavor and experience was just okay. I kept trying to get something from it, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
And it may just be that kind of day for you. That's because I got a lot on this glass.
Okay.
People are seeing my scores right now. I'm 2 thumbs up on the nose and the flavor.
Oh, wow.
Just thumbs up on the experience, though. For me, on the nose, I had to check my notes here. I said it was fluffy, creamy, fruity, syrupy, and sweet.
Wow.
And I really love the nose on this. And then on the palate, this whole thing kind of reminds me of a well-aged Barton 1792 product. But it also had this little bit of a cola note involved in it on the palate.
Okay.
And some nice sweet oak. And I really liked it. The reason I only went thumbs up on the experience was that I just wanted it. I want it thicker and richer and darker. It's good. It's very good, actually. But I just want more gravitas from it. And we have that sometimes. Sometimes you just want a little bit more oomph. Can't wait to find out what this is. We're quite split on it, which is always very interesting.
Yeah.
We do have different palate preferences. So in our blind sample pool for our first sip key, this is number 84.
Okay.
So number 84, Price First. and then we'll find out what we're drinking.
Oh, wow. This is $100.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I was kind of thinking it might be something special, but the kind of lower experience on it, like the lack of oomph, made me kind of question that a little bit.
Okay.
What is it? What are we drinking?
It is American Highway. It's 96 proof.
Wow.
And this is thanks to John and Renee Peets.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Peets.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay. So this is a fascinating pour.
Okay.
Wow.
Why?
I'm what is happening? Okay. Sorry. American Highway is a blend of Bardstown Bourbon Company's 3-year distillate with 13-year MGP. So it is a very interesting blend. They take this blend, they put it in barrels, they load it up on a tractor trailer, and they drive it down the American Highway. This is Brad Paisley, the country music star. It's his brand of whiskey, or he's at least involved in it. I don't know if it's actually his exact brand.
Okay.
I don't know if it's dubbed celebrity whiskey or not.
But he's involved in the process of it.
Yeah.
In the company.
Yeah, wow. I would love to taste this at cask strength. This would be lights out for me at cask strength. But again, maybe high proof, maybe it just wouldn't be as good as it is.
Maybe.
But to me, like I said, it was really good. I just wanted more out of it.
Yeah.
And the nose, the flavors were right on track with what I wanted. Wow, this is a super interesting pour. I've heard other people say it's good. I've heard other people say it's bad. We passed on the bottle because it is $100 for 90 something proof? 96 proof. It was hard to justify that without ever having tried it before. But this is going to make for a really interesting real world discussion. Which, speaking of our real world scores, let's get right into it. Based on price and availability, where are you at on retail scores for this?
So based on my tasting scores, $100 is a little bit high for something I didn't love. So it's just okay.
Yeah. For me, it's actually going to get a thumbs down on retail score. It's good. It's very good. But $100 for 96 proof is just pushing the envelope for me, and this is a batch released item. This is batch 1. I know they're on to batch 2 now. I don't know if it's any better or worse, but nonetheless, that's a lot of money to spend on a 96 proof pour. But let's say you walk into a store and you see this sitting on the shelf for $100. As a consumer, are you buying it?
No.
Would you get it at a bar?
No. Thumbs down.
You just thumbs down across the board.
No.
Okay. And that's real world score of?
2.5.
Wow. For me, I'm going to say yes. I would buy a bottle of this. Thumbs up on consumer score, and that puts my real world score at a 6 out of 10.
Wow.
Which is representing usually high value for the money, but the value's not really there, but the flavor delivers for my palate at least.
So for your palate, the flavor overarches the value, like the money value, the monetary value.
Right, yeah, and that holds true to how I feel in the real world. Like if I'm having pours that are good, solid quality bourbon, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on them, but if I find something that's got a little bit of a unique twist like this on it, and I really like the flavor,
and it's in your flavor profile,
I'm willing to pay up a little bit for it. I definitely wouldn't spend more than $100 on this, but if I rolled across another batch 1 of these, I would absolutely pick up a bottle if I had the money in the budget.
Would you try batch 2 based on your experience with batch 1?
That's a great question. I would try batch 2 in a bar before I bought a bottle of it. Okay. So yeah, that's a great question.
That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, do the thing, and go ahead and hit that bell icon to be notified when we have our monthly live streams.
Be good to each other, and until next time, cheers.
There's like a rogue hair somewhere in my arm. I can't get it.
I get those too, and it clings to you, and you can't see it, but you just feel it, and then you're just in public like doing this all over yourself, and people are like, "What is that person's deal?"